3 mantras to get through tough times. Stoicism, philosophy. Stoicism. Life often feels overwhelming, especially in moments of struggle, uncertainty, or heartbreak. Challenges don't knock before they arrive. They come uninvited, turning our lives upside down when we least expect it. Studies show that most of us will face significant adversity at some point in our lives, and when we do, the question often arises, how do I endure this? It's a question as old as humanity itself. Centuries ago, the ancient Stoics, living in times of turmoil and chaos, developed profound yet practical tools to answer it. Their philosophy wasn't about escaping life's difficulties, but learning how to meet them head-on with wisdom and resilience. On Stoic in Your Life, we're diving into 3 transformative Stoic mantras: Memento Mori, Amor, Fati, and the Dichotomy of Control. These are more than just ideas. They are powerful principles that modern Stoicism offers us to navigate life's toughest moments. Whether you're grappling with uncertainty, stress, or loss, these Stoic secrets provide clarity, purpose, and strength. They teach us how to not only survive life's storms, but to grow through them, reclaiming control over what truly matters. Let's explore these timeless teachings and discover how they can empower us to thrive, no matter how unpredictable or challenging life becomes. Number 1. Memento Mori. Remember you will die. Memento Mori is not a grim or morbid reminder meant to instill fear, but a profound call to awareness, urging us to embrace life with greater clarity and intention. The phrase, deeply rooted in the Stoic tradition, serves as a humbling yet liberating acknowledgement of life's impermanence and, consequently, its immense value. Marcus Aurelius, the revered Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, expressed this sentiment powerfully in his Meditations. You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think. Far from being a source of despair, this perspective invites us to reframe our understanding of mortality. By confronting the inevitability of death, we are compelled to recognize that each moment of life is fleeting, yet precious, pushing us to focus on what truly matters rather than being consumed by trivial concerns. In today's world, where modern Stoicism intersects with the distractions of a fast-paced, technology-driven society, Memento Mori is more relevant than ever. Social media bombards us with curated snapshots of other people's lives, encouraging endless comparisons and driving many to seek superficial validation through likes and fleeting applause. Amid this noise, it's easy to lose sight of the deeper, more meaningful aspects of existence, authentic relationships, purposeful endeavors, and the pursuit of personal growth. The Stoics would remind us that these external distractions are transient and ultimately insignificant in the grander scheme of life. Reflecting on our mortality calls us back to the present, grounding us in the truth that our time is limited and should be spent wisely on things that nourish our souls. Memento Mori acts as a powerful lens through which we can evaluate our choices, behaviors, and priorities. It gives us the courage to question whether we are truly living in alignment with our values or merely existing in a haze of distractions. By keeping the reality of death in mind, we are more likely to recognize the futility of perfectionism, envy, and the constant pursuit of external approval. The awareness of life's brevity strips away these superficial layers, leaving room for gratitude, presence, and intentionality. Imagine the petty arguments, daily frustrations, and minor inconveniences we allow to disrupt our peace. Viewed through the lens of Memento Mori, these trivial issues dissolve, leaving us with a clearer sense of what is truly significant. Each day becomes a gift when we acknowledge that it is not guaranteed. This recognition empowers us to say no to things that drain our energy or misaligned with our values, and instead dedicate ourselves to pursuits that bring joy, connection, and meaning. As the Stoic philosopher Seneca wrote, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it. Time once spent can never be recovered." Reflecting on this truth motivates us to live deliberately, savoring the present rather than lamenting the past or anxiously fixating on the future. Incorporating Memento Mori into daily life does not require dramatic changes. Simple practices such as pausing to reflect on what matters most, expressing gratitude for each moment, or making intentional decisions about how to spend your time can have a profound impact. In the context of modern Stoicism, this principle becomes a tool for navigating life's complexity. It reminds us to focus on what enriches our inner lives, our character, our relationships, and our contributions to the world, rather than being consumed by fleeting and external metrics of success. Memento Mori reminds us that while the quantity of our years is beyond our control, the quality of our days lies entirely within our hands. By embracing this truth, we can live with greater purpose, authenticity, and serenity, cherishing every moment and letting the awareness of life's impermanence guide us toward a more meaningful existence. Number 2. Amor Fati. Love your fate. The second Stoic mantra, Amor Fati, has taught me to embrace life exactly as it unfolds, no matter how messy, unpredictable, or painful it might seem. I've come to realize that life isn't a perfect script. It's more like a sprawling, complex novel where I am the protagonist. Imagine if everything in my story went smoothly. No challenges, no surprises, no opportunities to grow. That would make for a pretty boring tale, wouldn't it? Instead, I've found that the most meaningful stories are those filled with moments that demand courage, resilience, and wisdom. Amor Fati reminds me to love my fate not in spite of its difficulties but because of them. Friedrich Nietzsche's words resonate deeply. My formula for greatness in a human being is Amor Fati, that one wants nothing to be different, not forward, not backward, not for eternity. This is not about passively accepting life's challenges. It's about actively embracing every twist and turn as essential to my journey. Setbacks, as I've learned, aren't obstacles. They're stepping stones that make me stronger, wiser, and more capable. Let me share a story to illustrate this. A while ago, I poured my heart and soul into a dream project, something I truly believed in. It seemed like everything was falling into place and success felt within reach until it all came crashing down. I was devastated. For a while, I was consumed by anger and self-pity, wondering why this had to happen to me. But then I began to reflect. What if this failure had something to teach me? What if this painful experience was pushing me toward a better version of myself? Slowly but surely, I rebuilt from the ground up, this time guided by the hard-earned wisdom of that failure. The second attempt was different, not just a success, but something more enduring and meaningful than the first could have ever been. I see now that without that painful detour, I wouldn't have grown the way I did. That's Amor Fati in action, seeing even the toughest experiences as part of a larger, purposeful design. Now, I'd like you to think about your own life for a moment. Have you ever faced a setback that turned out to be a turning point? Maybe a missed opportunity led you to something better, or a personal challenge revealed strengths you didn't know you had. How would your perspective shift if you believed that every experience, whether joyful or painful, was meant to help you grow? Amor Fati encourages us to stop resisting the challenges we face and instead ask, what is this teaching me? I've found that this simple shift in mindset can turn frustration into gratitude, resistance into acceptance, and despair into strength. Every heartbreak, every failure, and every unexpected detour isn't an interruption. It's an essential chapter in our personal evolution. Here's what I've learned from embracing this mindset. First, I try to resist the temptation to resent or fight against the circumstances of my life. Instead, I pause and ask myself how these experiences might be shaping me for the better. Second, I've come to trust that even the hardest moments carry value, even if that value isn't immediately clear. I hold on to the Stoic secrets. Resilience and inner peace don't come from controlling life's chaos, but from embracing it as it is. So, when life throws its inevitable curveballs, I've learned to meet them not with dread, but with curiosity and trust, knowing they are shaping me into the person I'm meant to become. That's the power of Amor, Fati, and it's the freedom that comes when you learn to truly love your fate. Number 3. Dichotomy of control. Let me share with you one of the most profound lessons I've learned from Stoicism, the dichotomy of control, a principle that can truly transform the way you face life's challenges. Picture yourself caught in the middle of a storm. The wind is howling, the rain is unrelenting, and everything feels chaotic. No matter how much you want to stop the storm, you can't. But here's the thing. You can choose how to respond. Will you panic, letting fear and frustration consume you? Or will you focus on finding shelter, staying calm, and weathering it with composure? This is what the dichotomy of control is all about. A timeless lesson from Epictetus, who wisely said, "Some things are up to us and some things are not." At its core, the dichotomy of control teaches me, and you, to focus only on what's within our power, our actions, thoughts, and attitudes. Everything else, whether it's someone's opinion, the outcome of a situation, or even the weather, is outside our control. And when I stop wasting energy on the things I can't control, I find a sense of peace and freedom. Think about it. How many times have you felt frustrated or anxious over something you couldn't change? Maybe it was someone's unkind words, a missed opportunity, or plans that unraveled. I've been there too. But when I let go of trying to control the uncontrollable, I feel lighter, more focused, and more in control of what really matters: myself. This principle doesn't mean I don't care about life or its outcomes. It's not about apathy. It's about clarity. It's about caring deeply, but only for the things I can truly influence, like my effort, my perspective, and my character. Marcus Aurelius, another brilliant Stoic, put it perfectly. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. That thought gives me courage, especially in tough times, because it reminds me that no matter how dark things get, my inner strength is mine to govern. When I apply this idea to modern life, it becomes even more relevant. Social media, with its endless stream of judgments and opinions, can feel overwhelming. Global uncertainties, financial pressures, and relationship struggles often weigh on me, just as they probably do on you. But modern Stoicism reminds me and you that our true power isn't in controlling these external things. Instead, it lies in how we choose to respond. When life throws me a curveball, I try to ask myself, will I let this chaos dictate my inner state, or will I anchor myself in what truly matters, my values, my mindset, and my choices? Of course, this mindset doesn't make life perfect. Stoics like Epictetus and Marcus Aurelius knew that suffering is inevitable, but they also taught that our suffering comes not just from events, but from how we interpret them. By practicing the dichotomy of control, I've learned to filter what truly deserves my attention and what doesn't. Imagine the freedom of no longer being consumed by the opinions of others or the uncontrollable twists of fate. Instead, I can direct my energy toward growing into the best version of myself, grounded in reason and virtue. And you can do the same. But let me be honest, this isn't always easy. It takes practice, patience, and a lot of self-awareness. I often remind myself to pause when I feel frustrated and ask, is this something I can control? If it's not, I challenge myself to let it go. And while it's not always simple, each time I succeed, I feel a little more resilient, a little more at peace. You might find the same if you try. For me, the dichotomy of control is more than just a philosophical idea. It's a tool I rely on every day. Whether I'm dealing with criticism, uncertainty, or disappointment, this principle helps me find clarity and calm. It reminds me that while I can't control the hand life deals me, I can choose how to play it. Modern Stoicism invites all of us to bring this timeless wisdom into our daily lives, offering a steady path through the uncertainty that surrounds us. So, as you navigate your own journey, remember Epictetus's powerful words. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Take a moment right now and reflect. What are you holding on to that you cannot control? How much lighter would you feel if you simply let it go? By embracing the dichotomy of control, I've found the freedom to live life with purpose and composure, and I believe you can too. To join our growing community, we'd love to hear your thoughts. Comment "I choose what's within my control" below if you believe in the power of focusing on your actions, thoughts, and attitudes, rather than stressing over the uncontrollable. Your participation helps us create a supportive and empowering space where we can all grow together and embody the wisdom of modern Stoicism. Let's inspire each other to navigate life's storms with resilience and clarity. These mantras are more than just advice. They're guiding principles to help you navigate even the toughest challenges. Try applying them in your life, and you'll feel the power of inner peace and resilience. Don't miss the next section, where we'll explore how Stoic lessons can bring meaning and tranquility to modern life. Lessons Stoicism teaches for modern life. Now that you've mastered the foundational principles for staying grounded during tough times, it's time to dive deeper into the specific lessons Stoicism offers. These lessons will guide you in facing daily challenges, simplifying your life, and finding joy in the little things. Number 1. Mindfulness in challenges. One of the most transformative lessons I've embraced from the Stoic secrets is the immense power of mindfulness, a deliberate and conscious focus on the present moment. In today's world, I often find myself bombarded with distractions. Social media notifications pull at my attention, demanding instant responses. The pressures of work, combined with the constant influx of information, can make me feel overwhelmed and disconnected. Yet the teachings of Stoicism constantly remind me that true clarity, growth, and strength come from staying anchored in the present moment, not from dwelling on the hypothetical fears of the future or the regrets of the past. Marcus Aurelius's words, "Confine yourself to the present," resonate deeply with me. This isn't just advice. It's a lifeline, a way for me to reclaim peace and power in the midst of life's turbulence. Mindfulness, as the Stoics understood it, is more than just existing in the moment. It's about being fully engaged with it. I've learned to practice recognizing and observing my thoughts and emotions as they arise without letting them overwhelm me. There are times when my mind races ahead, predicting worst-case scenarios, or gets stuck replaying moments of failure, searching for answers that don't exist in that mental loop. This habit not only exhausts me, but also blinds me to the opportunities and solutions that lie right in front of me. By practicing mindfulness, I've developed the ability to pause, a mental space where I can examine my feelings, reflect on my reactions, and make thoughtful, constructive decisions. This practice embodies what Stoic resilience means to me: seeing things clearly, staying calm under pressure, and choosing actions that align with my values. When life throws its inevitable challenges my way, whether it's financial stress, the loss of a loved one, or a setback in my career, I've found that mindfulness gives me a sense of steadiness and grounding. In those moments, my mind sometimes seeks an escape, turning to distraction or even despair. But through Stoicism, I've learned to focus instead on what is within my control. I can't change external events, but I can always control how I perceive and respond to them. By embracing mindfulness, I've learned to accept the things I cannot change and to channel my energy into actions that align with my goals and values. Mindfulness isn't just about surviving life's storms, it's also about savoring its beauty. Too often I've realized I overlook the small, meaningful moments. A heartfelt conversation with someone I love, the warmth of sunlight on my face, or the quiet satisfaction of completing a task. These moments, when appreciated, become the threads that weave together a fulfilling life. But when I rush through my days, consumed by worries or lost in busyness, these treasures pass unnoticed. Mindfulness has taught me to slow down, to pay attention, and to truly experience life as it unfolds. This practice doesn't just enrich my life, it also deepens my sense of gratitude, which I've come to see as one of the most powerful tools for happiness. In the fast-paced reality of modern life, mindfulness has become a powerful antidote to the constant barrage of distractions. Each day, I'm pulled in countless directions, my attention fragmented by emails, notifications, and the endless demands of technology. It's easy to feel like a passenger in my own life, carried along by forces outside of my control. But when I commit to mindfulness, I take back that control. I begin to choose where to focus my attention and energy, aligning my actions with the things that truly matter to me. This practice creates a space for peace, focus, and intentional living, qualities that are increasingly rare in today's world. Mindfulness, then, isn't just a way for me to cope with challenges, it's a way of living with purpose and clarity. By anchoring myself in the present moment, I've found that I can face life's ups and downs with greater resilience and wisdom. The storms of life will always come, but with mindfulness I've learned to stand firm, knowing that my strength lies in how I navigate each moment. As I incorporate mindfulness into my daily routine, I often reflect on Seneca's words. True happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future. These words remind me that the key to overcoming challenges and finding fulfillment lies in embracing the present with courage and awareness. For me, this is the essence of the Stoic secrets, finding serenity amidst life's chaos and focusing on what truly matters. Number 2. Emotional resilience. Emotional resilience lies at the heart of my journey in embracing Stoic philosophy. It has become a timeless guide for me, helping me navigate life's challenges with a sense of steadiness and composure. What I appreciate most about Stoicism is that it doesn't ask me to suppress or ignore my emotions. Instead, it invites me to understand and manage them wisely. By learning to regulate my emotions, I've turned them into allies rather than adversaries, enabling myself to maintain peace even in turbulent times. In my life, I often feel the constant demands and pressures of the modern world. Rejection, failure, and conflict sometimes feel overwhelming, and the fast pace of everything leaves little room for reflection. That's when I remember the Stoic insight that, while I cannot control external events, I have full authority over how I interpret and respond to them. This idea has helped me reframe negative situations as opportunities for growth. For instance, when I lost a job once, it felt devastating at first, but Stoicism taught me to look for hidden lessons. Modern life often pushes me to the edge of burnout with its relentless pace and endless distractions. The pressures of work, relationships, and societal expectations can feel like a heavy weight. But Stoicism has offered me a refuge, a set of practices that help me build emotional and mental strength against life's uncertainties. Journaling has become a powerful tool for me. Writing my thoughts helps me sort through emotional chaos and gain clarity. I've also learned to reframe my setbacks as temporary and focus only on what's within my control. This practice isn't about disengaging from life. It's about engaging with it more effectively, ensuring I act with reason and balance rather than being driven by fleeting emotions. Developing emotional resilience has been like building a muscle. It requires consistent effort and intentional practice, but the rewards have been worth it. I've come to see myself as a sailor navigating rough seas. The The Stoic mindset gives me the tools to steer my ship, no matter how stormy the waters. Whether I'm dealing with a tough job, personal loss, or the uncertainty of a changing world, resilience helps me stay grounded and focused. Seneca's words, "A gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials," remind me that growth comes from challenges. These moments of hardship are opportunities to refine my character and deepen my strength. Emotional. Resilience has become much more than a way to cope. It's a way to thrive in a world that's often chaotic and unpredictable. By aligning my emotions with reason and focusing on my inner strength, I've reduced unnecessary suffering and created space for a more meaningful life. In today's fast-paced modern era, where distractions and challenges never seem to end, the principles of modern Stoicism have been a guiding light. They remind me that I have the power to remain unshaken. Through deliberate practice, I've cultivated emotional resilience, ensuring that life's storms don't derail my progress, but instead strengthen my resolve to live with purpose, balance, and equanimity. Number 3. Simplifying life. When I look at my life, I see how easily it can get tangled in the rush of each day. Constant notifications, endless to-do lists, and the never-ending pressure to keep up. But I've learned that simplifying isn't just something nice to do, it's essential. Inspired by the Stoics, I've come to understand that simplicity is a way to bring clarity and peace into my life. They taught that when I remove the clutter, whether it's physical things, overwhelming commitments, or mental noise, I create space for what truly matters: my relationships, my growth, and the pursuits that align with my deepest values. Like many people, I used to think that more achievements, more possessions, or doing more would lead to happiness. But the truth is, lasting contentment comes when I focus on the essentials, the things that truly give life meaning. There was a time when I felt like I was juggling too many balls, trying to keep everything in the air. I spread myself too thin, and it showed. I couldn't give my best to anything. It reminds me of Sarah, a professional I know who was always on her phone, darting between meetings and chasing goals. Despite being busy all the time, she often felt unfulfilled. One day, Sarah decided to simplify. She cleared her schedule, said no to obligations that didn't align with her priorities, and cut back on her time spent online. By focusing on a few meaningful areas, her family, her health, and a passion project, she discovered a deeper sense of happiness and purpose. Sarah's journey resonates with me because it embodies a timeless Stoic principle. Simplicity gives me the freedom to live intentionally. Reflecting on my life, I ask myself, what are the distractions that hold me back? Are there commitments I've taken on or things I own that drain my energy but add no real value? The Stoic secrets to a fulfilling life lie in learning how to let go, not just of physical clutter, but also of the mental and emotional burdens that weigh me down. This might mean setting clearer boundaries with my time, stepping away from relationships that don't nurture growth, or simply pausing to appreciate the quiet beauty of a moment. When I reduce the noise in my life, I can focus more deeply on what truly matters to me. Simplifying doesn't mean I give up my dreams or stop striving for progress. It means I'm intentional about where I direct my efforts. When I let go of what isn't necessary, I find clarity. And that clarity allows me to channel my energy toward the things that bring real meaning to my life. As I reflect on this, I can't help but wonder, what could I simplify today to create space for the life I truly want? It might be as small as silencing my phone during meals or as big as rethinking a major life decision. What matters is that I take the first step, however small, and trust that each step will transform the way I experience the world. What I've learned is beautifully simple. Life is richer when I focus on less, but with greater intention. By simplifying, I'm not losing anything important. I'm making room for what truly serves me. And through this process, I've found peace and a renewed sense of purpose. So today I remind myself to pause, declutter, and simplify, because living simply isn't just wise, it's the key to living fully. If you've made it this far, you're clearly someone who values simplicity and intentional living. Let's start a conversation. Leave a comment below with the phrase, "Simplify to amplify," to show your commitment to creating space for what truly matters. Or, share one thing you'd like to simplify in your life today. Your journey toward clarity and purpose is just beginning. Let's take that first step together. Number 4. Detachment from social media. When I think about detachment from social media, I don't see it as shutting myself off from the world. It's about reclaiming my peace of mind. In this digital age where likes, comments, and endless scrolling seem to consume so much of my time, I often catch myself trapped in a cycle of comparison and validation. The Stoics, with their timeless wisdom, remind me to pause and look inward, to focus on what truly matters. I reflect on Seneca's words, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor." Social media fuels that craving in me, whether it's for attention, admiration, or approval. But does it ever truly fulfill me? Or does it leave me feeling restless and anxious? Honestly, there are moments when I realize I've been chasing the fleeting thrill of a notification instead of cultivating a deeper sense of fulfillment from within. The Stoic practice of detachment inspires me to step back from these distractions and focus on my own growth. It's not about rejecting technology or condemning the platforms entirely. It's about recognizing how they can erode my sense of self-worth when I place too much value on the opinions of others. When I take control of my engagement with social media, I reclaim that power. Suddenly I have more space in my life for the things that truly enrich it. Meaningful relationships, passions that light me up, and my own personal development. When I think about how much more peaceful my life could be if I stopped comparing my behind the scenes to someone else's highlight reel, it makes me pause. Modern Stoicism reminds me that seeking validation from the outside world is a fragile foundation for happiness. Every time I look for approval out there, I give away a piece of my power. Epictetus had it right when he said, "If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid." It's a tough pill to swallow, but it's freeing too. I realize that limiting my time on social media isn't just a way to care for myself, it's an act of bravery. It's me saying, I choose my mental health over fleeting pleasures and external approval. I've started asking myself, how often do I check my phone when I'm with people I care about? How many moments of connection have I missed because I was too distracted by a screen? Detaching from social media doesn't mean cutting myself off from my friends or giving up on technology entirely. It's about using it wisely and with intention. I reflect on this often. How can I spend my time more purposefully? What am I sacrificing? Every time I lose myself in endless scrolling. When I put my phone down and disengage from the noise, I find space to engage more deeply with life. Whether it's sitting quietly with my thoughts, expressing gratitude, or diving into a passion project, I realize that my time is far too valuable to waste. The Stoics have taught me to focus on what I can control and let go of what I cannot. Social media, with its constant updates and opinions, tempts me to worry about things far beyond my control. But I remind myself that detachment is not about indifference, it's about being intentional. When I practice this kind of modern stoicism, I notice a shift. I feel more aligned with my values, stronger in my sense of self, and more joyful in the present moment. So, I make a conscious effort. Before I open an app or refresh my feed, I pause and ask myself if this aligns with my deeper goals and values. As I begin to detach, I notice something remarkable. I have more time to live deliberately, more energy to invest in what truly fulfills me, and more clarity about what brings me genuine happiness. Social media is just a tool, and I am the one who decides how to use it. True freedom, as the Stoics remind me, comes from within. I ask myself, how will I reclaim mine? Number 5. Practicing gratitude. Gratitude to me is more than just a fleeting feel-good feeling. It has become a cornerstone of how I approach life, inspired by the timeless wisdom of Stoic philosophy. I've realized that gratitude anchors me firmly in the present, helping me focus not on what I lack, but on the abundance already in my life. Living in a world that constantly pushes us to want more, whether it's wealth, success, or recognition, can feel overwhelming. But gratitude serves as my counterbalance. Epictetus's words resonate deeply with me. He is a wise man who does not grieve for the things which he has not, but rejoices for those which he has. These words remind me to shift from a mindset of scarcity to one of abundance, noticing the simple yet profound gifts that surround me daily. What I've learned is that gratitude doesn't rely on grand achievements or monumental moments. It's in the small, often overlooked joys that life quietly offers. The warmth of sunlight streaming through my window, the comfort of my pet resting nearby, or the laughter of a loved one. Even something as simple as pausing to appreciate a moment of stillness before the day begins fills me with contentment. I've found that by cherishing these seemingly minor experiences, I've cultivated a sense of peace that remains steady even when life feels uncertain. Gratitude has also taught me to see challenges differently. When adversity strikes, I try to follow Marcus Aurelius's wisdom. When you arise in the morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive, to think, to enjoy, to love. These words remind me that even in hardship, there's a chance to grow stronger and wiser. In today's fast-paced world where social media and societal expectations amplify the urge to compare myself to others, gratitude has become my refuge. It frees me from the endless cycle of envy and self-doubt. Instead of measuring my worth by external standards or chasing what others have, I've learned to look inward, where true contentment lives. This shift has allowed me to find purpose and meaning in my life, free from the false narratives about what I should accomplish or possess. What's been most transformative is how simple it is to incorporate gratitude into my daily life. I make it a habit to reflect on 3 things I'm grateful for each day. Sometimes I write them in a journal. Other times I just pause and think about them. These small practices, repeated consistently, have reshaped my mindset and changed the way I see the world. When life throws its inevitable challenges my way, I draw on this foundation of gratitude. It reminds me that even in the darkest times, there's always a spark of light to hold on to. A lesson I've learned from the Stoics, who cherished this truth. For me, embracing gratitude has unlocked one of the most powerful Stoic secrets for navigating life's trials with grace and perspective. It's helped me focus on the abundance within and around me rather than dwelling on what I lack. This shift has given me a sense of resilience and fulfillment that carries me through life's storms. By making gratitude a daily practice, I've found not just peace but also a deeper connection to the present, and it's something I wholeheartedly encourage you to explore in your own life. Together we can embrace this ancient wisdom and live with a sense of balance, strength, and enduring happiness. The lessons of Stoicism not only help you live more fully, but also bring lightness and freedom to your mind. Let these timeless values serve as your compass through life's journey. Stay tuned because in the final section, we'll uncover practical habits to help you live like a Stoic every day. Practical Stoic habits for daily life. After discovering the meaningful insights Stoicism offers, it's time to turn theory into practice. In the next section, you'll learn actionable habits to incorporate Stoicism into every moment of your life. Number 1. Morning reflection. For me, the start of the day feels like setting a compass that determines the direction I'll take for everything that follows. Morning reflection, a practice deeply rooted in the principles of modern Stoicism, provides me with the stillness I need to anchor myself in my values and mentally prepare for the challenges that lie ahead. These quiet moments offer an opportunity to reconnect with my inner purpose, set clear intentions for the day, and focus on what truly matters. Marcus Aurelius captured this perfectly in his Meditations when he said, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive, to think, to enjoy, to love." These words remind me of the profound gift of waking up each day and inspire a sense of gratitude that lifts my mindset and sets a positive tone for whatever the day may hold. During this time of reflection, I visualize the day ahead, thinking carefully about the tasks I need to accomplish, the people I'll interact with, and the potential obstacles I might encounter. Rather than letting unexpected challenges take me by surprise, I mentally prepare how I will respond, with patience, understanding, and a focus on what is within my control. This is one of the core lessons of Stoicism that resonates deeply with me. External events are not what disturb me. My reactions to them are. If someone is rude or things don't go as planned, I remind myself that I cannot change the event itself, but I can control how I let it affect me. This perspective helps me approach the day with a calm and centered mindset, making me more resilient to whatever comes my way. Morning reflection also strengthens my commitment to living intentionally, reminding me to avoid being swept away by distractions or trivial concerns. It's all too easy to let the day slip away in unproductive ways, scrolling endlessly on social media, obsessing over someone else's opinion, or chasing fleeting validation. These behaviors drain my energy without adding real value to my life. Instead, I use this reflective time to clarify my priorities, ensuring my actions align with my deeper purpose. Modern Stoicism provides me with a framework for focusing on what truly matters, acting as a shield against the noise and chaos of the world. It keeps me grounded, allowing me to channel my energy into meaningful pursuits that enrich my life and contribute to the well-being of others. What I find most transformative about this practice is its ability to cultivate a sense of mindfulness and purpose. As I take just a few moments to reflect, I feel clarity and confidence emerge, as if I've already fortified myself against the storms of the day. These moments of stillness serve as a powerful reminder that life is not about controlling every outcome but about approaching challenges with resilience, grace, and a clear mind. This mindset allows me to navigate the day with a sense of calm intentionality, making me better equipped to handle whatever unfolds. Through this practice, I've come to appreciate that every morning is a chance to reset and reframe my perspective. Whether I wake up to sunshine or rain, good news or bad, the way I choose to reflect and prepare determines how I'll navigate the hours ahead. Morning reflection isn't about achieving perfection. It's about carving out space for mindfulness and gratitude, ensuring I approach the day with composure and focus. It reminds me that each day is a fresh opportunity to realign with my values and make choices that matter. For anyone seeking clarity and balance in the midst of life's challenges, this simple yet profound habit is a powerful first step toward a more intentional and fulfilling life. Number 2. Evening review. At the end of each day, I take a moment for an evening review, a Stoic practice that's both simple and transformative. It's my time to reflect on how I lived that day and to recognize where I can grow. This isn't about guilt or self-criticism. It's about cultivating awareness, learning from my experiences, and staying aligned with my values. I ask myself thoughtful questions. Did I approach challenges with patience, or did I let frustration take over? Did I manage my emotions effectively, or did they manage me? These reflections help me gain clarity about my actions, both the positive and the negative, and offer me valuable insights for improvement. I see it as holding up a mirror to my day, not to judge myself harshly, but to observe and grow from what I see. For instance, I recall a time when I became impatient with a colleague during a critical project delay. That evening, I reflected and realized I hadn't acted with the composure I strive for. I thought about how I could handle similar situations better in the future by focusing on what's within my control and letting go of what isn't. These moments of honest reflection teach me resilience because they remind me that life's challenges are not problems to avoid, but opportunities to practice patience, gratitude, and self-discipline. But the evening review isn't just about identifying mistakes or areas for improvement. It's also a chance to celebrate what went right. I make it a point to ask myself, what did I do today that reflects the person I want to be? Maybe I showed kindness to a stranger, handled a tough situation with calmness, or simply followed through on a promise to myself. These small wins are powerful reminders of progress, even on days that feel difficult. And then there's gratitude, a cornerstone of this practice. I take time to acknowledge the good in my day, no matter how small. It could be the warmth of the morning sun, the support of a friend, or a lesson hidden in a mistake. Gratitude has an incredible way of shifting my mindset from scarcity to abundance, helping me see life as rich with opportunities to learn and grow. It's one of those Stoic secrets that strengthens both peace of mind and emotional resilience. By ending my day this way, I feel a sense of closure and clarity, as though I'm wrapping up one chapter and preparing to write the next. It helps me approach tomorrow with a clean slate and a sense of purpose. Let me ask you this. When was the last time you paused to reflect on your day? What lessons might be waiting for you in the moments you typically overlook? Imagine how much progress you could make if every evening you identified one thing you could do better and one thing you did well. Over time, these small, intentional steps add up to substantial personal growth. The evening review is one of the simplest yet most effective tools for self-improvement because it keeps us accountable to ourselves and focused on our highest priorities. So here's what I've learned. End each day with reflection, not to criticize or dwell on what went wrong, but to learn and grow from it. Use this time to recognize areas for improvement and to celebrate the moments you stayed true to yourself. Practice gratitude for the lessons and blessings each day brings, no matter how small. This habit will not only help you close your day with clarity and peace, but also prepare you for a stronger, more intentional tomorrow. In those quiet moments of self-reflection, you'll find wisdom, resilience, and clarity, the tools you need to keep moving forward. This is the power of the evening review, one of the most accessible Stoic secrets that can truly transform your life, one day at a time. Number 3, building discipline. Let's talk about a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy that has the power to reshape your life. Building discipline. Discipline is the foundation of success in everything we do, whether it's in our personal lives, our careers, or even in how we approach adversity. Without it, we're left vulnerable, at the mercy of fleeting emotions, impulses, and external distractions. The Stoics understood this well. Epictetus once said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." This idea speaks to the heart of discipline, the ability to govern yourself, to align your actions with your values even when life throws chaos your way. Think about it. How often have you felt out of control, knowing what you should do but lacking the will to follow through? Discipline bridges that gap. It's the force that turns intention into action, guiding you toward a more meaningful and fulfilling life. For me, discipline isn't about grand gestures. It's about small, consistent actions that build over time. Modern Stoicism reminds us that in today's world filled with distractions and instant gratification, cultivating discipline is more important than ever. Whether it's sticking to a morning routine, dedicating 10 minutes a day to mindfulness or working steadily toward a long-term goal, discipline is what transforms those efforts into habits, and habits into growth. Marcus Aurelius emphasized this when he said, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." His words inspire me to act rather than overthink, to focus on the work rather than waiting for the perfect conditions. And isn't that something we all wrestle with? Waiting for motivation for the right time? But discipline teaches us that we don't need to feel ready. We just need to begin. What I find remarkable about discipline is how it encourages patience and persistence. How often do you give up when results don't come quickly enough? It's tempting, isn't it? But discipline keeps us grounded in the bigger picture, reminding us that meaningful progress takes time. Each small step forward, no matter how insignificant it seems, is a victory. This mindset helps us avoid the trap of chasing immediate gratification, instead prioritizing long-term rewards. Imagine the confidence that comes from sticking with something, even when it's hard, because you know it aligns with your goals and values. Discipline is what strengthens that resolve, allowing you to keep going, even when the path gets tough. In a world full of distractions, discipline is also a tool for clarity. It helps me focus on what truly matters, cutting through the noise to prioritize what aligns with my purpose. How often do we let distractions pull us away from what's important? Whether it's endless scrolling on social media, procrastination, or chasing quick wins. Discipline anchors us. It's a practice, not a one-time effort. It's about showing up every day, making choices that reflect who you want to become. And while that's not always easy, the rewards are immeasurable. Discipline builds character, resilience, and integrity. It helps me face challenges not with frustration but with a steady, determined spirit, knowing that every effort strengthens who I am. Developing discipline, I've learned, is a lifelong process. It starts small, with a single decision to act intentionally, and grows as you consistently follow through. Ask yourself, what's one small habit you could start today that aligns with your values? Maybe it's journaling your thoughts, spending time in quiet reflection, or dedicating 10 minutes to a goal you've been putting off. Whatever it is, let it be your starting point. And as you stick with it, watch how those small, deliberate actions ripple out into every part of your life. First, say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do, Epictetus advised. His words remind me that discipline isn't just about doing, it's about becoming. So how will you start building your discipline? What distractions will you set aside to focus on the life you truly want to live? For me, discipline has been a path to freedom. The freedom to direct my energy where it matters most, to grow into the person I aspire to be, and to face life's challenges with courage and clarity. Modern Stoicism teaches us that discipline is more than a skill. It's a way of living with intention and purpose. And by embracing it, you not only shape your actions but transform your character, one small choice at a time. If you've made it this far, you're already embracing the essence of discipline, showing up, staying focused, and committing to growth. To celebrate this step in your journey, I invite you to leave a comment with the slogan, "Discipline builds my freedom." It's a simple yet powerful reminder of how discipline can shape your character and life. Drop it in the comments to affirm your commitment to mastering yourself and living with purpose. Your transformation is just beginning. Let's keep building together. Number 4. Embracing solitude. In a world where we are constantly connected, endlessly scrolling, and perpetually available, the simple act of embracing solitude feels almost revolutionary. Yet woven within the Stoic secrets is a timeless truth. Solitude is not about isolating ourselves from others, but about carving out a sacred space for reflection, self-discovery, and growth. The Stoics deeply understood the importance of stepping away from the noise of life to reconnect with one's inner self, a practice that feels increasingly essential in today's hyper-connected world. Marcus Aurelius beautifully captured this necessity when he wrote, "Nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul." For me, solitude is the space where I cultivate mindfulness, foster introspection, and unlock a level of creativity that only emerges when the distractions of the outside world are silenced. It's not about being alone in a physical sense. It's about finding clarity within, making thoughtful decisions, and aligning my actions with my deepest values. In those moments of stillness, I am able to rediscover my inner peace, reconnect with my authentic self, and focus on what truly matters. Solitude is not just a pause from the noise of life. It is a profound opportunity to trust myself, to build resilience, and to step away from the validation that so many of us unconsciously seek from others. In those quiet moments, whether I'm meditating, journaling, or walking among nature, I find the time and space to sit with my emotions instead of running from them. Solitude doesn't push my feelings away. Instead, it creates room to observe and process them, enabling me to understand and ultimately heal from life's challenges. Through this practice, I've realized that solitude is not a sign of weakness or loneliness, but a source of immense strength. It reminds me that I don't need to be defined by the expectations of the world, and it empowers me to approach life's complexities with a sense of calm and purpose. Over time, I've stopped viewing solitude as a withdrawal and started seeing it as a sanctuary, a necessary space where I can ground myself amidst life's chaos. In today's fast-paced, always-on society, the need for solitude has never been more critical. The constant buzz of notifications, the endless stream of emails, and the pressure to stay connected rob us of the time and mental space needed for deep thinking and meaningful connection with ourselves. For me, solitude is not an escape from life, but a way to recharge my spirit and regain the clarity I need to face life with strength and purpose. It's in these quiet moments that I find the freedom to master my thoughts, emotions, and actions. Solitude provides the opportunity to achieve this mastery, to reflect on my intentions, realign with my goals, and prepare myself for the challenges that lie ahead. It is here, in the stillness, that I cultivate the resilience and peace needed to thrive in a world that often feels chaotic and overwhelming. The Stoic secrets teach us that solitude is not just a luxury reserved for those with extra time. It is a necessity for anyone seeking clarity, mindfulness, and balance in their lives. Solitude is a gift we give to ourselves, a retreat from the demands of the outside world, where we can focus on healing, growth, and rediscovery. By dedicating time to this practice, I protect my mental and emotional well-being, strengthen my independence, and build the courage to face life's uncertainties with grace and composure. Whether it's through a quiet moment of reflection in the morning, an evening spent journaling my thoughts, or a peaceful walk through a forest trail, solitude has become my anchor. It reminds me that even amidst the busiest of days, serenity is always within reach. Through the gift of solitude, I continue to find clarity, build resilience, and stay grounded in what matters most. Number 5. Daily use of mantras. Mantras have become an essential part of my daily practice in modern Stoicism, a simple yet profound tool that helps me maintain focus and clarity, even during life's toughest moments. By repeating a mantra each day, I reinforce the principles that anchor me amidst life's challenges. These short phrases like "I control my reactions," "This too shall pass," or "Focus on what you can control," serve as constant reminders of my values, ensuring I stay aligned with the teachings of Stoicism. Their repetition creates a mental anchor, grounding me when adversity strikes and helping me respond with reason rather than emotion. Incorporating mantras into my routine has strengthened my resilience by reminding me to stay calm and focused when faced with unexpected challenges. Each time I repeat a mantra, it becomes more than just a phrase. It becomes a mindset, a default response to stress and uncertainty. For example, during times of rejection or failure, the mantra, "This too shall pass," reminds me of the impermanence of difficult moments, helping me move forward with grace and confidence. Similarly, when overwhelmed by the uncontrollable chaos of life, repeating "focus on what you can control" helps me shift my attention to where my efforts will make the most difference, bringing a sense of clarity and purpose. The wisdom of Seneca resonates deeply here. The whole future lies in uncertainty. Live immediately. Mantras guide me to embrace life's unpredictability, not with fear, but with acceptance and courage. In the fast-paced, stress-filled modern world, where distractions and external pressures often feel overwhelming, mantras act as my internal compass, constantly steering me back to a calm and rational mindset. Whether I'm navigating a hectic workday or managing personal setbacks, repeating these phrases keeps me centered and motivated, turning potential despair into determination. They help me avoid the trap of dwelling on what I cannot change, teaching me instead to focus on intentional actions that align with my values. As I integrate these mantras into my daily routine, they serve not only as a source of strength but also as a reminder of the power I have to shape my responses and create a more meaningful life. The beauty of using mantras lies in their simplicity and accessibility. They require no special tools or time, just a willingness to pause, reflect, and repeat. By consciously choosing words that resonate with my values and goals, I create a habit that supports emotional balance and mental clarity. This practice has helped me not only navigate stress, but also build a more intentional approach to life, one where I am less reactive and more composed. In the framework of modern Stoicism, mantras serve as a daily exercise in self-mastery, reinforcing the belief that while I may not control external events, I have full control over how I perceive and respond to them. It is this understanding that brings peace and fulfillment, allowing me to approach life's challenges with confidence and equanimity. And that brings us to the end of today's video on the 3 powerful Stoic mantras: Memento Mori, Amor, Fati, and the Dichotomy of Control. These timeless principles of modern Stoicism remind us to live with purpose, embrace our fate, and focus only on what we can change. By applying these Stoic secrets to your daily life, you can find the strength and clarity to thrive, even in the face of life's toughest challenges. If this message resonated with you, I encourage you to take a moment to reflect on how these mantras could transform your perspective. Don't forget to like this video, share it with anyone who could benefit from these insights, and subscribe to Stoic in Your Life for more wisdom from Stoic philosophy. Turn on notifications so you never miss our upcoming videos that will guide you toward a more resilient and intentional life. Thank you for watching, and remember, live wisely, embrace your fate, and stay grounded in what truly matters. See you in the next video.